everyone, and how are you today? I am so very excited to be here with you and to share with you my initial setup for Weekend Alive. So, here are my plans so far. I want to have this tag start things off and then have this as my family page, and I'll put some things in the back as well, like more details. And originally I wanted to put the tag in the back, but now I'm thinking I can use it as the title page. And then I move on because I really want to have the colored plastic words as the focal point to usher in each day with the transparency behind it. And I have a few ideas as to how I want to, decorate this or make it pop. But that's, just initially my basic setup includes this. And then I wanted to do the hello Monday and hello, whatever, to usher in the day because hello. And then once I have the hello things popped in there, I'm going to continue on and probably use these 3x8 cards to do the meals, morning, afternoon, and evening. I will potentially add the excess of the transparency and stitch that onto the 3x8 card. And then I want to use this side for the outfit of the day. And and I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put these vellum pockets, but I know I want to use them for gratitude. And what I end up doing is just popping in some things at the end of the day, like gratitude, reflections, note to self, that kind of thing. And then I want to do this spread with the 2x2. So pulling out from the You and Me album, I'm trying to decide if to do the 3x4 orientation or a 2x4 orientation. I may switch it to 2x4, on the week of the project, but for now, I just pop them into these 3x4 orientations. So putting the you, me, us cards together and using the Monday to Sunday pennant flags from the plastic flag kits, and yeah, and then pulling out the vellum pieces as well that came in that kit to bring that all together. Looking at these extra 2x2 cards to see if any of these fit, but I could probably use those as embellishments throughout the week. I pull out the story circle from this chipboard set. I haven't put anything for these black tags yet with the day of the week, but that might also be nice to use in this 2x2 as opposed to the plastic, but I guess the chipboard will be a bit thick, so I'll see during the week what could fit in there. Maybe one of my photos throughout the weekend might go as an embellishment. And I also want to use these ampersands. There are 7 or 8 of them. I think there's 7 pleather, but there are a few vellum ones. And I'm going to use those as well as embellishments. So as it goes, this could definitely fit in a 2x4 orientation with those 2x2 pockets. And so yeah, it depends on how they layer. Like for me, it's all about the layering and how they layer together in terms of that design. But of course, the most important thing is getting your stories told. So just pulling out all these things, color coding them, and going through all the bits and pieces to see what else I can use here and what I can put aside for during the week. These punctuation marks, greens, I love yous, nice. So those could all go on photos throughout the week. So once I have all the hearts, so I love how that We Love circle looks up top there, but it's a bit too big for the 2x2, 2x2 page protector, and the heart is the color scheme. So that looks great there as is. And I was also thinking to use a colored circle behind that small story. But for now, this will be what it looks like. And I'm going to put them in. I tried them out in the tube. That page protector, which is smaller, and they fit really well. In the bigger ones, they're a bit tight, so just taking some things into consideration, and that will help me to make my final decision. And I'm just gonna pop these in. As you can see, they're a bit tight, so I'm being careful to slide them in slowly. I did bend one. I think it was a Friday, one of the Friday ones, and it was just really tight. So just be careful when you're setting up your album. And the plastic pen and flags look nice there. And yeah, to the back of that pen and flag, I will add one of the others, which I think works really well. And I will most likely add like a matching photo to the back um, of these just to finish off the page because the other elements can see through except for those cards. And then yeah, and then this is set up. I love having some white space there, so I don't feel it at any way inclined to fill up all the spaces. And I feel like I'm off to a good start with my setup. I like these circles that were punched out of the paper, and I feel like it would go well here. They are a bit larger than 2 inch, so I am pulling out my 2 inch punch to kind of slide it in there. It's a bit tricky, but I'm gonna slide it in there and try to punch it down to 2 inches, which I do eventually do. So once that's done and I get to the right orientation, I can add that behind the story chipboard and just pop in this ampersand in the interim as well. So this is my little page. I like it. It's cute. I like it. So just playing around to see if I could use this We Love as well, but I think it might just not be balanced because there are only 4 of those pieces. So I may have to find another use for them. And then the next page would be my highs and lows for the weather. I looked through and at first, yeah, I documented the weather, and that was really nice to look back on. Um, so that would be there. And then these semicircles, I'm going to create a shaker to the front, a tall shaker page to the front, and also use a pleathered circle days of the week to embellish that. And then I am going to do a summary of the day in journaling. Like I like to just have a chunk of words at the end of the day. And so that's what I'm going to use this semicircle for. So I'm just testing it out. I like how that looks just like that. But I do love a good shaker, and I did the shakers for with the semicircles for December daily with the twirl, and they were really lovely. So this is a really good way to kind of get some fun and some, into the Weekend in Life project, because I know Weekend in Life is quite a bulky project, and we can get hung up on number of pictures, journaling, but I also want the process to be fun and to have some fun elements in it. And when I look back at my albums from 2021 to 2023, that first one, there was so much fun elements in it, and I really loved it. So I keeping that in mind in my process. And so then now I have the vellum bits in, and this vellum stick, because I'm going to use it for ephemera for the day and just add some design elements as well. I'm not hung up about it being full. It's enough to be 12 pieces of ephemera for a day because that's a bit much, but I'm just going to use it as a summary page at the end of the day, just summary and images or summary with ephemera or a mix of things just to make a nice circular grid at the end of the day. So that's basically my setup. And now I'm going to go in and cut down these dividers and just do all the what I call the production line things for the album. This Monday, I want to do a shaker page for it. I love this Plastic Monday. I love the colors. I'm thinking first that I could just do a mix of sequins with all the colors that are in those plastic wood pieces, and then use a fuse to go all around the Monday and then put sequins in there. But I also have a few other ideas for that too. One I create here in this video, but a few others I will test out during the next few days and see which ones I like most. I mean, there is nothing that says that each day of the week has to be exactly the same design wise, because at first I was thinking I'd have to throw out my shaker page that I made if I don't like it the most, or that kind of thing. But to be honest, each day could be slightly different, and that's absolutely fine, even though you have a formula. Variety is great too. So just reminding myself of that and putting these sequins together, which in the end I don't end up using, but it's just one of the ways to show how I create some sequin mixes based on the color schemes that I'm working with for my layouts. It's something that I love doing. I love adding little polymer pieces as well. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go into this, put the Monday into this page protector, and I'm going to fuse all around it freestyle. Now, previously when I've done pages like this, I like using guides because they shapes its metal and they create a great barrier around whatever you're working with. So like if you have a circle, like a circle piece for the center, and you get a 3-inch circle die, because we have lots of the basics in our stash and move around it. But for this, because it's an odd shape and because I don't want to just use a rectangle or a circle. I mean, a circle would have been nice too. Looking at it now, a circle would have been nice for the middle, but it would have probably taken up quite a large chunk of this size, which will make it hard to get the sequins around the edges if you were adding it after, and if you want to add it in sections. So just keep in mind what you'd like to do. I guess design the layout a bit first and work through the mechanics of the layout. Because I'm going now and doing the horizontal lines and the curves. And honestly, like the more I play with it, the more confident I get. So I'm going around all the curves more smoothly. And I love how that looks. It's sealed in there. So now I could put sequins all around the word. So I'm starting with blue. There's blue down below. And then I am going to go with all the colors there. So red will be next. I'm going in it's an anti-clockwise direction. So I'm adding in some of these darker like purples because the blues sequins that I have are a bit light. And then I'm just popping that in and adding those pieces in there. And so once that is in, I am just going to just smooth those in. It takes a bit of while because it's a small space that letter A occupies. And I am going to fuse right on the edge of it. So I'm just smoothing that over. And it takes a while. I'm using the ruler to push them right in against each other. Now, what is nice about this is that this ends up being like a full shaker bit, which I love. You know, I think for the others, because they were bigger spaces, the shaker bit isn't as full. I do also use the lines and the mat to help me get a straight line. That's very helpful. And so this is the first element. And so the next element is red for Y. I'm using a mix of red and gold and orangey type sequins for this. I like not having this exact same, like a bunch of plain red sequins for these, or a bunch of plain yellow or blue, because I feel like the different colors and varieties in the mixes just add a little extra element of fun. And this is my feeling, of course, but I love that idea and I love having some quirky things in there. Initially, I wanted to add in just like some more photos of the day, maybe to finish it off. But we'll see how we go on Weekend in Life week. Because that's something that I would have to do after the project, which I don't always have energy for after the project. So for me, as much as possible, it's important to do most of the project before, all of the setting up before, so that on that week it's just photos, journaling, and then my project is essentially done. And this year, I am not going to do a million photos as well. I'm really just sticking to a few of things as possible, because that also helps to narrow down the process for me. So next I'm going in with the yellow. I pulled out the yellow bits from this mix of yellow and green. I didn't want to keep them mixed. I do of course have to add in some extra gold because I don't have a whole lot of this. And that's the I guess with this kind of pro- pro- with this kind of project, to do 7 of these, I will need a lot of yellow sequins. I'll need to get some yellow. I realize I don't have much yellow sequins, and that kind of thing. So I've done the yellow, I've done the pinkish orangey color, I've done the peach green, and this is what the final looks like. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm going to just seal off the top. So yeah, this is Monday. I like it, but I'm not 100% on it. So I'll see. I have a few other ideas that I want to try out as well over the next few days before the project, and then I'll decide which ones I'll go with for my dividers. To be honest, I feel a little bit OCD, but admitting that I do like having all my dividers the same. Okay, variety is a spice of life, unless you want all your dividers the same. So this is sealed off, and it's quite a fun little page. Um, I guess if I had more of each color, I could fill it up, but of course, I would take so many sequins. Um, so I'll think about it some more. But this is an example of one of the possibilities for using the plastic weights. And so now I'm going on to this bit. I stitch it together, but I put the similar to Ali's, but I put the transparency on the inside. I like how it looked layered like that. And could see morning, afternoon, evening peeking through. So that's that I love having those kind of layers. And then the back would be vellum for the ephemera. So this is a shaker. I used a tall ribbon, a thick tall ribbon, and I stitched all around and then add the sequins in. And now I'm just adding some dots, some gold dots to mimic the red and gold dot bit on the top there. And just to tie it all together, and I'm going to put that in the center. So that's how this particular one turned out. And yeah, and I do this for all the days of the week just for some continuity. And this will be my big chunk of journaling behind. And then I continue on with Tuesday and Wednesday and setting those all up. I really love like the red and the orange and then that peach, like some of my favorite colors to kick things off with. Um, and then I am tucking this in. I'm doing a mix of things. I'm not having the pennant flags on the same spot every day. I kind of just go with how I feel and mix things up and slide them into the pockets. And so this is what you'll see me doing for the next couple minutes in the video. And then I move on to share with you a few other things before sharing a full flip through of Monday to Sunday in my album. Okay, so here is my setup so far. This will be my title page. I have a few ideas for this. I do have to use my Canva because my word strips weren't in my main kit, and I dreamt up this whole title page for around those, and then I realized that I didn't have them. And I just, yeah, I'm gonna try to just make them with my Canva, my printer, maybe my Cricut, depending on how I feel. And then I'll have my family page here. That'll be nice because three of us to put our photos and then our age and some things about us right down. I might just, yeah, do something on the back too. So we'll see how that goes. But I kind of like the idea of a see-through because I like seeing these. So I may have the numbers kind of. I was looking at these. Even though it's only 1 to 10, so I could only use these for my son's age. But I could also use these stamps, and so I was thinking of just backing with something like acetate and putting photos. So there's 3 photos there. But I put a photo here and probably here and probably here. So photos and then see-through numbers and something about us. And then this is one of what I have in mind for the opening page for each day. And I'm gonna work through a few more things because I'm not 100% satisfied, but not 100% on it. So I might just scrap this, but I do think it's a great idea. It's just not exactly how I envisioned it. So I'm gonna work on that again. And then I kick things off with Hello Monday. I'll set some intentions for the day, write some plans, that kind of thing here. And then here I will do the You Me Us. And I'll have my high-low with my weather and a photo of something. I want to do gratitude of the day and like a note to self, something here. And then I'll do my full journaling summary of the day here. I'll have what we ate and photos of what we ate here, and then ephemera for the day. That's my quick formula. I don't want it to be too heavy, but I love that I was able to use most things from the kits to put this together. So I'll just continue on the same way for the rest of them. My decisions were based on, oh, I just love this. It's so fun. My decisions are based on how they layered too. But I might move some things around based on how I feel and what point in the day things happen. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is how it looks. And I just love the color coordination. I love this color so much. I'm such a big fan of peach. And I just love how these sequins look as well. There was no peach in this, so I used a black one here. And then we go on. And that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching and for being here. I do hope that you've enjoyed my video, and I am so excited for Weekend in Life this year. I can't tell you. I can't stress how excited I am. And these greens as well, so pretty. Look at this. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.